Call of Duty Infinite Warfare released on November 4th, 2016. Damn, that was like almost 7 years ago. Anyways, when it was released, it had a pretty, not so positive reception, you could say. In fact, when the reveal trailer came out, wait, 0 dislikes? I guess I was wrong. Everyone liked this game and they were so excited for it that not even a single person disliked it. Sorry, I guess the video's clickbait. Anyway, I deeply apologize for the awful overplayed joke that I was forced to make. I was staring at the script for a while waiting to say that, and I'm satisfied now. The trailer actually received almost 4 million dislikes and everyone hated it. Just a quick disclaimer, I regretfully inform you that I committed the cardinal sin of being one of about 7 people in the entire world who actually liked Infinite Warfare at launch, so if you want to hate me, there's your excuse. Anyway, I believe that there are 2 main reasons as to why COD Infinite Warfare was so overhated, with the first one being that the multiplayer sucked. I didn't revisit the multiplayer for the video, mostly because the PC servers are a ghost town, and I didn't feel like playing Wait in a Queue Simulator just to play one of, if not the worst COD multiplayers of all time. I mean, it has the full package, if you consider the full package to be all the things wrong with it. You've got the invisible walls and death timers, forgettable boring maps, with the exception of the terminal map. That was pretty cool, with 3D movement just taped onto them as an afterthought, and of course, pay-to-win loot boxes, which is a dead horse that I have absolutely no interest in beating. Although, I think the worst thing about the multiplayer has to be its wasted potential. I mean, Infinity Ward literally developed an entire spaceship combat system, as well as a zero-G space combat system with a goddamn grappling hook, and then just decided to not put it in the multiplayer. They literally had the tools to create something fun and different right in front of them, and they were like, nah, let's just release the same boring shit we've been putting out for over a decade. I haven't even mentioned the 3D movement yet. Now, this is a problem that I think all the advanced movement CODs had, which is that they all wanted to have advanced movement, but none of them wanted to fully commit to it. And it just ends up feeling like a half-baked underthought. The second reason why I think this game was so hated was honestly just bad timing. Even if we would have gotten the perfect version of Infinite Warfare, it would still be Infinite Warfare, and people just didn't want that. Back in 2016, futuristic shooters, usually with advanced movement systems, were releasing left and right, and people were getting tired of it, especially the COD community. No, not that COD community. Why would I be talking about fish in a Call of Duty video? Anyways, the COD community had been asking for a boots on the ground COD game, which, well, you know how that went when that was actually released. And when Infinite Warfare was announced, the extremely accepting and mature community, well, they weren't happy. This is the same reason why I think that Titanfall 2 didn't get the success that it deserved, but that's a topic for another video. As for the zombies mode, this might be a hot take, but I think Zombies in Spaceland is one of the best zombies maps ever released. I've put in my time, most of it being in zombies, and I can say that they definitely did something right here. The theming is amazing, the map is sizable and well designed, and the different sections of the theme park work really well as a way to separate the map. As far as the DLC maps are concerned, well, they're not that great. So I think we should just pretend that Zombies in Spaceland is the only map. Now it's time for the best and most underrated part of Infinite Warfare, the campaign. This is probably another hot take, but the campaign in the game is honestly top 3 COD campaigns of all time. In fact, I would almost consider it a must-play if you never got the chance to play it back in the day, but seeing as the price hasn't lowered yet, I don't think I can recommend buying it. Although, I'm not telling you what to do, but you could probably sail the 7 seas if you catch my drift, as you could probably find it free of charge. As far as Call of Duty stories go, this one's pretty damn good. I mean, don't expect a Red Dead Redemption level story, but it's good for what it is. It has balls-to-the-wall action pretty much the whole way through, it's definitely fun, and it has a pretty strong cast of memorable characters, both fictional and real-life actors. I mean, Conor McGregor is actually in the game for some reason. Believe it or not, he actually plays multiple different characters. But on a serious note, the characters in the game are really good. Even though the game doesn't have any of the classic Call of Duty heroes, these characters do an amazing job of filling their boots. You play as Commander Nick Reyes, Captain of the Retribution, and leader of Scar Team 1, which is basically a bunch of Special Forces badasses who can also fly Jackals, the cool spaceship fighter jet things. But as cool as the protagonist is, the supporting cast is really what carries the game. You have your partner in crime, Lieutenant Salter, E3N or Ethan, who's a witty robot and my personal favorite character in the game, and also Staff Sergeant Omar, the commanding officer of the Marines on the Retribution. Now, I won't say that the campaign's front heavy, but I will say that the first hour and a half-ish of the game is hard to top, and it's probably the best part of the game. I'm gonna do a little sales pitch type of thing, where I just summarize like the first hour and a half of the game, cause I think you should play it. Play it, not buy it. There is a difference. Anyway, you start off as a member of SCAR Team 7 on a top secret Black Ops mission to a covert facility on Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, that's being raided by space terrorists to secure a super weapon laser thing. Shit hits the fan, and you and your team are captured by the main baddie of the story, who is almost comically evil, like he just kills one of his guys for no reason, to show that he doesn't care. After that, he tells his men to kill you and your boys, and you get beaten to death by Conor McGregor. Turns out you were just watching a recording at the UNSA HQ on Earth in Geneva, and you're like, this means war, and the Admiral's like, yeah, but politicians. And you leave the office and meet up with Salter to celebrate Fleet Week. This thing where literally every single UNSA ship goes to one single place. Can't see how anything could go wrong. Anyways, you meet Ethan and the Admiral on the ship, and the celebrations go exactly as planned and nothing happens. Just kidding, of course. The Aegis cannons start shooting the good guys, your ship goes down, and the SDF shows up out of nowhere and starts executing civilians. You and your team fight through the streets of Geneva before linking up with more UNSA guys, where you launch an assault on the Aegis control tower to regain control of the cannons. You fight your way inside and have a cool COD slow-mo moment, and you capture Raya, the bad guy who ruined the party. Now you get to fly up into space in the cool fighter jet spaceship things, and you help fend off the attacking forces. Out of nowhere, the SDF supercarrier, the Olympus Mons, arrives and kills a bunch more good guys, before being rammed by the Retribution, which forces the carrier to retreat. When you land on the ship, you find out that the captain is dead, and you get promoted to commander. After this, you're tasked with retaking the moon port, where you drop out of the ship and shit's crazy. Sorry, but I guess you have to play the game to find out what happens next. In conclusion, the main takeaway that you should get from this video is that if you look up a bunch of slashes on YouTube, you can scroll down and watch this video.
حمود 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 حبيبي حمود حمود حبيبي حمود حبيبي حمود حمود حبيبي